Before arriving at the answer, I would like to deconstruct your question for a bit. Your question implies that you would be able to live a good life if not for the constraint of an unfair and unjust world. Your question further implies that you are receiving the injury or harm of an unfair world which is done onto you. I ask you a more basic question first. How can you live a good life? Think about that for a moment while we explore another related topic, perception of reality. You see, we each perceive the reality of the world with a limited view. This is to say that we make meaning of the world by what we see, what we hear, the stories told to us, the stories we make up without realizing, the ideas that we are continuously exposed to that slowly blossom into our thoughts. There are 1,000 million things that we are unable to observe about the world, not just in your town or country. All of this is to say that our perception of reality is limited. You have perceived the world to be unfair, and many people will tell you that you are correct in seeing the world this way. The world is in fact not an equal place. There are the rich and the poor, the healthy and the sick, the beauty and the ugly, the highly educated, the moderately educated and the uneducated. The world is indeed not an equal place, and this is naturally so. This is how nature works. However, when you say that the world is unfair to you, this becomes a good moment to check your perception of reality. The distribution of good fortune is uneven, not only to you. But if you reinforce the narrative in your mind that this is happening to you, then you may be reinforcing a victim mentality which leads to the solicitation of pity. This is to say that you will always ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Or, why do bad things always happen to me? Or, why can I never get some good luck? It is important to listen to how we talk to ourselves. The stories that we grow up with plays a big role in how our beliefs are formed, and therefore it determines how we navigate life. If you tell yourself that you are always at the receiving end of misfortune, then you will never see the fortune that happens to you. Even if you receive a fortunate experience, you will not acknowledge it as strongly as you acknowledge a misfortune. I do not doubt that you have experienced some very challenging hardships in your life. Sometimes, the hardships come one after another in a short time. These are the moments where you will feel the greatest misfortune. But keep in mind that this is how you feel at a moment, but it may not be reality. How we feel at a moment will make our brain believe that certain thoughts are true. How we feel can sometimes make us believe that we are the unluckiest person in the whole world. But how strongly we feel about something does not make it the truth. I bet that if you truly wish to realize the truth of the world, you can think of 1,000 of others who may be in a less fortunate position than you. There is a way to turn your life around, and it is to reprogram your thoughts. You can reprogram your thinking patterns. These are some of the activities that you can practice. Every morning when you wake up, think of 3 fortunes that you are truly grateful for. Fortunes do not have to be money or assets. They can be simple things like a bed that enabled you to get a good rest. Family members or loved ones. Some people have no one in this world. To have just one person who is supportive of you, you are already fortunate. Cherish those relationships by acknowledging how fortunate you are to have them right now. Even if you don't have those 2 things above, there is never nothing that you do not have. Think of something every day. So, how can you live a good life? A good life means different things for different people. For me, I think it means living with a peace of mind and create many meaningful relationships with people. There are people who have unhealthy or undefined relationship with money, and they will chase it forever. They will become rich, but they may not have a good life. There are people who will wish to create great impact in the world, and they will be unable to be happy until they achieve it. But even if you have great ambitions, do not wait until you achieve them to be happy. The journey must contain moments of joy with meaningful people. You don't listen to music hoping that it reaches the end quickly, you enjoy the entire song. You swim to reach the other side of the pool, or the lake. Instead, you float in serenity.